Hello and welcome back to another video right here on the channel. So, last month saw us start a new series of Decade where we cover all the events of the 1980s. So we start off with the first year of the decade, 1980. This time we're going to explore 1981. Okay, so as always, put the retro hat on, retro shades on, sit back, grab a cuppa and let's show all the events of 1981. Okay folks, so let's start, as always, with the births in 1981. Okay, so the 22nd of January saw Guy Wilkes, the rally driver, born. The 30th of January, Peter Crouch, England footballer. I think he played for Stoke and Liverpool amongst other clubs. February the 10th saw the lovely Holly Willoughby born. 3rd of May, EastEnders actress Charlie Brooks. 5th of May, Craig David, the singer. 15th of May, Zara Phillips, who of course was the daughter of Princess Anne. September the 3rd saw Fern Cotton, TV presenter. 25th of October, Sean Wright Phillips, who was a footballer for Manchester City, Chelsea and QPR amongst others, and also the son of Ian Wright, Arsenal footballer. 17th of November, Sarah Harding, singer of course with Girls Aloud. And the 26th of November, another singer, Natasha Bedingfield. Okay, so looking at the news of 1981, the stories that made the papers. Okay, so January started off with the Yorkshire Ripper, Peter Sutcliffe, who was arrested. British steel workers voted for a survival plan. And the government welcomed Nissan to build the Datsun car in Great Britain. February saw Rupert Murdoch by the newspapers, The Times and the Sunday Times. Peter Sutcliffe was charged with the murders of 13 women, of course being the Yorkshire Ripper. And Charles and Diana announced their engagement. Moving on to March, and Homebase opens their first store in Croydon, of course the DIY chain. Liverpool and West Ham drew 1-1 in the League Cup final, and the first London Marathon was held. April saw Liverpool win the League Cup final replay, beating West Ham 2-1. Bucks Fizz won the Eurovision Song Contest with the song Making Your Mind Up. And Steve Davis wins the World Snooker Championship for the first time. May starts with Aston Villa winning the league title. Tottenham beat Manchester City 3-2 in the FA Cup final replay. Liverpool beat Real Madrid to win the European Cup for the third time. And the Yorkshire Ripper, Peter Sutcliffe, is sentenced to life imprisonment. So as the summer comes round and we see June, HMS Ark Royal is launched. Unemployment reaches 6.2 million people. And the James Bond movie For Your Eyes Only is released in United Kingdom cinemas. July sees riots break out across the country, in Toxteth and Moss Side particularly. Michael Foot, who was the Labour leader, blamed rioting on Conservative policies and unemployment, and of course the royal wedding between Prince Charles and Lady Diana took place. August saw an inquiry open on the Moss Side riots in Manchester. Mark David Chapman, who of course shot John Lennon, was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment, and Moira Stewart was appointed the BBC's first black newsreader. September saw filling stations start selling fuel by the litre. The Greenham Common Women's Peace Camp is set up, and Ford announces the Cortina to be replaced by the Sierra next year. October rolls on, and British Leyland closes 3 factories with 3,000 more job losses. An opinion poll shows Margaret Thatcher is still unpopular as Conservative leader, and the anti-nuclear march in London attracts over 250,000 people. Coming towards the end of the year, November, British Leyland's workforce begins strike over pay. The longest recorded tornado outbreak, 104 tornadoes across England and Wales, is recorded. And reported to Britain's riots blame economic problems in inner city areas. And to close out the year, December sees severe snowstorms hit the United Kingdom, Arthur Scargill becoming leader of the National Union of Miners, and the first case of AIDS in the United Kingdom diagnosed. So moving on to the music and the tunes of the year, let's go on to the top 10 singles of the year. Number 10, The Birdie Song by The Tweets. Number 9, Shut Up Your Face by Joe Dolce. Number 8, Making Your Mind Up, Bucks Fizz. Number 7, One Day in Your Life, Michael Jackson. Number 6, Vienna by Ultravox. Number 5, This Old House by Shakin' Stevens. Number 4, Prince Charming, Adam and the Ants. Number 3, Stand and Deliver, Adam and the Ants. Number 2, Tainted Love by Soft Cell. And the number 1 top-selling single of 1981, Don't You Want Me by the Human League. Moving on to the top 10 albums of the year. Number 10, Double Fantasy by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. Number 9, Prince Charming by Adam and the Ants. Number 8, Chart Hits 81 by various artists. Number 7, Love Songs by Cliff Richard. Number 6, Ghost in the Machine by The Police. Number 5, Shaky by Shakin' Stevens. Number 4, Face Value, Phil Collins. Number 3, Dare by the Human League. Number 2, The Greatest Hits, Queen. And of course, the number 1 top-selling album that year, Kings of the Wild Frontier by Adam and the Ants. The top movies according to the US box office figures for 1981. Number 10, Time Bandits. Number 9, The Four Seasons. Number 8, For Your Eyes Only. Number 7, Chariots of Fire. Number 6, The Cannonball Run. Number 5, Stripes. Number 4, Arthur. Number 3, Superman 2. Number 2, On Golden Pond. And of course, number 1 at the box office for 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Looking at the television highlights of 1981, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy makes its debut on BBC Two. BBC Two airs the inauguration of Ronald Reagan as the 40th President of the United States of America. Tom Baker makes his final appearance as Doctor Who after 7 years on the show. Razzmatazz debuts on Children's ITV. Ken Barlow marries Deirdre Langton on Coronation Street, which actually got 24 million views. 30 million people watch the royal wedding of Charles and Diana. BBC One airs the first episode of Only Fools and Horses, and there's also debuts of Postman Pat on BBC One, Danger Mouse on ITV, and Bullseye on ITV. Looking at the video games news of 1981, we had some new hardware releases. We saw the release of the Sinclair ZX81, the IBM personal computer, the BBC Micro, and the Commodore VIC-20. The highest grossing arcade game in the United States that year was Pac-Man. The highest grossing arcade game in Japan was Donkey Kong. The highest selling home video game was still Space Invaders on the Atari 2600, and the highest selling home system, believe it or not, was still the Nintendo Game & Watch. A couple of popular games released in the arcade in 1981 were Defender, Frogger and Zaxxon. And to end the show, let's do the deaths of 1981. Okay, so 6th of January, A.J. Cronin, novelist. 6th of March, George Geary, who was a cricketer for Leicestershire in England. The 23rd of March, Mike Halewood, who was a motorcycle racer and a Formula 1 driver. The 9th of May, Ralph Allen, who was a footballer for Fulham, Brentford and Charlton. The 28th of May, John Brian Ward Perkins, archaeologist. The 8th of September, Bill Shankly, legendary Liverpool manager. The 11th of September, Harold Bennett, the actor from Are You Being Served? And the 22nd of November, Hans Adolf Krebs, who was a German Nobel Prize winner in 1953. Whew, what a year that was. That was 1981, folks. Okay, so I really hope you're enjoying the series. Leave me comments below, let me know what your favourite parts are, am I missing anything, etc. Okay, so I'll see you all next month for 1982. Before I go, if you're enjoying this series and you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button if you want to. Like, share, but more importantly, don't forget, leave those comments below. Until next time, I'll see you then.